Okay, I'm here in a lovely apartment in Cortona, Italy, Tuscany, called Casa Zeni. And here are my lovely teas, Italian tea. And these are something I got from the shop in Rada in Chianti. Eschalots, traditional, not onions. And there my sage for later, and this is my compost to put in the organic bin up the road. And I'm making vegetable soup for brunch actually. But while I was, sorry, it's going to be boring pictures like this for a while, but while I was cutting up all the veggies, I was thinking, I actually got a hot flush just standing here. You know, your body, if you're a woman, you'll understand if you've been through menopause or going through it, but you just stand somewhere and your whole body gets like it's a fever washing over you. And recently my son had a vaccination for tetanus or whatever, something else, and he had a fever. And I said, well, now you know what menopause is like, because basically menopause for me has been about 5 years worth of fevers. And it is a taboo topic. It's something that people do not talk about. And I understand that, because sometimes if I'm reading Twitter or something, people will talk about their period and it's like, oh, too much information. I really don't want to know that. But this is sort of, you know, you've got a warning. I'm talking about menopause only for a little while and my experience of it. So if you're not interested, please find something else to listen to. And I'm going to cook these onions. I think that's the right one. So I'm travelling, and when you travel you often don't have a kitchen, so it's really lovely to have a really good space to cook on. It's not too hot. And it's hard not having your own beautiful saucepans and chopping boards and things, but not that hard, because it's just necessary to have some sort of, especially midwinter, to have gut health food like onions and garlic, heaps of garlic there. And some chicken and some veggies that I bought. And that's, I think they call it Romano, Cavolo Romano. Anyway, I could be wrong, could be Cavolo Nero, I don't know. So, I don't know the exact date that my menopause started. I'm 51 now. Yesterday, that's partly what made me think I should talk about it. I was having my hair done, hair cut and blow dried, because busy working as a teacher, it's hard to find the time, or I feel too tired often to be bothered, and I moved home, so I'm not near my old hairdresser, who's lovely. And yeah, it's just hard to fit in things. So when I came to Italy last year, I got my hair cut. And now I just got it done again this year. And also the sort of waxing stuff. Anyway, so I got it all done yesterday, which is great. It's like cutting off the year, all the old stuff. And the woman next to me, she was 54, Italian, but we managed to talk about menopause, that they often talk about here. And often, when I stay in a place, and they talk about the heating, because obviously it's winter, there's like heaters everywhere, but I actually don't have any of them on. I just don't need it. My body's warm, much warmer than it used to be, and yeah, I'm perfectly fine in my bed here. It was perfectly hot. In fact, I was a little bit sweaty last night. Can't see that with the light. And it's a lovely bed actually, but it was perfectly warm enough without a heater on. So and also, yeah, COVID was a big part of my menopause. So before COVID, I taught in lots of schools, sometimes casual, sometimes blocks, often at the same schools. So there we go, one-handed cooking. And I remember at the beginning I was teaching at an elite Sydney private school where you read the roll and you recognise the names from often the Liberal Party, something like that. Oh, excuse me. And there was a harbour view school, Catholic, with fancy views, and it's like a hobbit, out of a hobbit, the whole building, sandstone building, very wealthy sort of people. And teaching these kids, I distinctly remember going, you always know where the bathroom is at the beginning of menopause, because when you have your period, well, for me, I had to run in between periods to the toilet, change whatever, because there was just this flood, like a flood of blood. It was the strangest thing. And I haven't had it since, thank God. My period has stopped now, 5 years later, but it comes and goes over those years, for a few years, and you think it's over, and you hope it's over, and then it's not. But this flood at the beginning really worried me. I went to the, what's the place called in Randwick where you have an ultrasound. I got an ultrasound done of my womb or whatever, that area, to find what the hell was wrong with me, because it's like I couldn't stop bleeding. And I had low iron. I had to take tons of, actually sesame seeds are the highest thing in iron. I also see an immunologist who's focused on health, which is why I'm doing this right now. But for gut health, so sesame seeds, like tahini, is the healthiest thing you can have for iron, not red meat. Anyway, this ultrasound showed that I was okay. And so I had some more floods, but then they stopped gradually. And over COVID, I thought I had COVID. Basically, every time I had a night sweat. No one talked about this. The symptoms of COVID, the hot flushes, I forget all the other ones. I would wake up in the middle of the night, like, you throw the sheets off the bed, the blankets off in the middle of winter, and wake up with your shirt drenched, if you have a shirt,